감사합니다. I'm writing a blog right now about how I ended up choosing the public school system when I was coming to Korea. And it's going to be kind of long. There's a lot of information in there, and in case you don't want to read the fine print, I decided I'd make a video so you could just listen to my reasons. And if you're new to the whole teaching opportunity abroad in Korea or other countries, but specifically in Korea, if it's new to you and you're kind of wondering, what is a Hagwon, or what are these things, what is the difference, aren't they all just schools? Let me just give you an idea of what the difference is. Public school system, the EPIK program, that's the public sector. That is part of the Department of Education. It's funded by the South Korean government. It's the public school system, just like back home. Hagwons, on the other hand, are also schools, but they're private academies that offer extra instruction in any subject, including English, above and beyond what a student would get in the public school. Now, those typically happen around the public school, obviously not in lieu of it. Hagwons are private business entities whose business happens to be education. Now, it's no different than any other small business or large business in some cases that you would see back home. Their business just happens to be education. So the number one reason why I chose to go with the public school system, the EPIK program, was because of the schedule. I wanted to come here and have a pretty steady schedule, standard schedule, where I knew I could have my nights and my weekends open to do things that I want to do while I'm living on the other side of the planet. A Hagwon, on the other hand, is above and beyond what a student would get in the public school. So their hours are going to be around the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday schedule. So you're either going to be teaching in the mornings or in the evenings or late evenings in some cases. So that wasn't really for me. For some people, it's the only way to go. You know, they like to kind of be free, kind of be off of work when everybody else is working. But for me, it just wasn't the right choice. I wanted my nights and my weekends free. The other thing is the number of classes, the work schedule, the workload. In the public school system, you're doing 22 classes a week. That's your responsibility. In addition to that, you may be teaching a few classes a week, open conversation classes. Now, in some cases, you'll get paid overtime for that. I know my first semester I did. So you'll come out to maybe 25, 26, 27 classes per week max. In a Hagwon, you have to meet the demand. If you look at it in terms of a business, you got to meet whatever the demand is. If there's not enough students, then you're going to have to do things to bring in new students. If there's a growing number of students, then you're probably going to have to teach more classes, or they just may call you to teach more classes, and I've heard of that. I do have a friend who teaches 7 or 8 classes a day, 9 classes per day. That would drive me insane, and for me, I didn't want that. Coming to another culture, I wanted to kind of live the experience and be involved. I didn't want to be bogged down by so many classes that can happen in a Hagwon. The second biggest reason why I chose the public school over Hagwons was I had read and heard on many occasions about Hagwons looking to their foreign teachers to do marketing and sales and PR to try and bring in new students, lead generation, sales, bonus structures if you're bringing in new students, things like that. That's great. Maybe you plan on having a career in sales after this. That might really get you prepared for that, give you some experience. But for me, I didn't want anything to do with that added pressure or anything like that. I wanted to come to school, kind of enjoy teaching, enjoy, learning from other teachers, experiencing what the students here in the country is like, and not have to worry about ways to do presentations or hand out pamphlets or have so many prospective people come in to watch me do classes all the time, and that does happen quite often in Hagwons from what I've heard. Job stability was a big one. Whenever you're working for any government agency, you're always going to have a better chance of having job stability. Now, I'm sure you've heard that jobs are, the EPIK job opportunities have retracted, and that is true. They have retracted slightly. In Seoul, they've retracted a lot, but they are beginning to go away just because probably having something to do with the global economic downturn. These things just happen. But even so, EPIK has assured us that if, in the rare occasion that if we are impacted in the midst of our contract, that they will do whatever it takes to ensure that we can finish our contract. So they're going to stand by their contract, and they've made that clear to us, which is a very good thing. Gives you peace of mind. And that's exactly why I had chosen in the beginning, and there it was, a perfect example, because that happened well into the year that I was here. Whether they're all true or not, we have heard, you have probably heard about Hagwons randomly closing or closing after you've left and you have no way to reference back to them. Well, it is a small business, it is a business, so if profits don't meet the expenses, they can't keep their lights on, then that's it, game over. Public school is public school. It's the government Department of Education, and you're going to be all set. Now, that being said, there are some outstanding Hagwons here that are probably never going to go anywhere, and in fact will probably flourish because of some of the jobs that are going away with EPIK. There's always going to be the demand from parents to have their children be part of ESL related classes. So whatever is lost in the public sector will be picked up by the private sector, and that'll open up opportunities. And there are very solid, reputable Hagwons that will meet that call. Contract consistency was another big thing, and now that I've been here, I really appreciate the fact that I went with the EPIK program. In EPIK, you have one contract. You have a question about your contract. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of teachers in Korea that are all under the same contract, all under the same stipulations and requirements and rules and all that. If you have a question about how anything works, vacation time, sick leave, this, that, you can just ask somebody, and there's many people that can confirm it. It's just general knowledge because we're all working under the same contract. And finally, I knew that if I ever wanted to go and teach in other countries with their ESL programs, just getting references and the credentials behind my experience is so easily confirmed if you're doing it through the public school system, especially through EPIK. I mean, everybody knows EPIK. Everybody knows their logo. I'm sure that they have a standard streamlined process of giving out references in a professional way. Not that Hagwons don't, but when you say to somebody, I was teaching ESL with the EPIK program, oh, done deal. If you happen to teach for a Hagwon, nobody's really heard of that school, you're going to have to confirm who they are, if they're legitimate. If they closed after you left, that's going to be a little bit of a sticky situation. It doesn't make it so that your experience is not factual or true. It just makes it a little more difficult to confirm. And I just said, hey, look, if I want, even if I go back into the regular, my past career someday, even just to be able to say to somebody, what I was doing in Korea was I was teaching ESL in the public school system. Whereas if I had to explain what a Hagwon was and if it shut down, why it shut down, I just didn't want those complications. There are rare occasions where Hagwon will shut down. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's happening to everyone. There are many, many people that are extremely happy with Hagwons. But I just wanted to avoid that. I didn't want the headache, and I just wanted the peace of mind, and that's why I chose it. The flip side of it is there are advantages to Hagwons. First of all, you're going to make a little bit more money. You're not going to get rich teaching ESL abroad, depending on what your definition of rich is. But you will make a little bit more money teaching in a Hagwon, maybe a couple $100 a month more than you would teaching for EPIK on average. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's less. But in general, they pay a little bit more. The other biggie is if you're anxious to get over here, Hagwon positions are available year-round. I mean, there are just hundreds of opportunities. All you have to do is go to a forum like Dave's ESL Cafe, and you'll just see hundreds of opportunities there. And as soon as you can get the documentation together, you'll be here. Whereas the EPIK program, they only have 2 intake times, the spring and the fall. So in between those 2 times, if you're dreaming about traveling abroad and doing all these things, you're going to have to wait a few months. So that's another advantage there. And with the Hagwon, you can kind of pick and choose where you want to go because the school will tell you where they're located. In the EPIK program, not only when I was applying, I was the last wave of applicants for EPIK that were able to put their top 5 choices. Now I'm hearing that that's no longer available. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You want to confirm that, but I do have a friend who left here to go become a certified teacher. Now trying to come back in, he no longer has the choice to choose his top 5 cities. So they're just going to put you where they put you, unless you have some connections inside. So that's also another plus about Hagwons. But for me, public school is the way to go, and now that I've been here for over a year, I will probably always stick with the public school system, with the EPIK program. They're a great outfit, extremely professional, very helpful, very supportive, and they're going to help you out in the down times. If you can make it in, I would suggest going with EPIK, but no matter which route you go, I hope you get here and have a good time. So, thanks for watching. Have a great one. So I just wanted a standard schedule. That's the public school system.